The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's time for the Chieftains. On your new home for Tonganoxie High School Athletics, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by Brothers Market, Community National Bank, Midwest Chiropractic Center, SNS Auto Body, The White Birch Agency Realty Executives, Physical Therapy Solutions, First State Bank and Trust, the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission, and Wizard of Paws. It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Good evening and welcome to Steve Grogan Stadium in Ottawa, Kansas. John Rochko alongside Dylan Funk. We are bringing you the regular season finale for Chieftains football. Definitely a playoff atmosphere. At least according to Mother Nature, it is windy, it's chilly, it's overcast. It's exactly what you expect from playoff football on Friday night.
And it's so nice of her to save this kind of weather for us for the season finale of all things when we're not in a press box. So.
Yeah, we're not in a press box. We have a little a kind of a jury-rigged tent and tarps kind of blocking some of the wind. You'll kind of hear a lot of the wind whipping through the broadcast tonight. We've got a crowd mic, and then as you can see, the flag across the field is standing pretty well straight out, so it's going to be interesting to see how the weather impacts these teams tonight. Kind of do a quick setup of the contest. Two teams coming in with kind of different seasons on the books.
Yeah, that's fair to say. Yeah,
Tonganoxie's rolling in with a 6-1 overall record, 3-1 in Frontier League contests. Coming off of a big win over 6A Shawnee Mission East last weekend, big shutout win. And Ottawa, on the other hand, coming into tonight's game with a 1-6 overall record, 1-5 against Frontier League opposition. They're kind of just looking to get out of here without too many injuries, without trying maybe win one last game to kind of salvage a little bit of part of the season. And again, I've been on teams like this, and it's one of those things that it's so hard coming in those last 2 weeks of the season to get motivated, to get pumped up.
Absolutely. And before Tonganoxie was kind of the powerhouse that they are now, John, it wasn't but probably about 5-6 years ago is when I was a freshman and sophomore on the team where we were kind of like Ottawa, and we were playing these tough teams in our conferences towards the very end. And you're right, it takes a little bit more to get motivated. You're going out there and it's cold, it's miserable. You guys aren't going to the your team isn't going to the playoffs, but you still just show up, try to put your all into it. Because hey, what do you have to lose? Try to create a little chaos. Try to maybe shift some bracket seating here and there. So that's Ottawa's mindset coming into tonight. For Tonganoxie for tonight, though, their mindset's just got to be focused. Don't lose focus. Don't play down to your opponent. On paper, these two teams are absolutely on opposite ends of the spectrum, like you said earlier. But we all know this is the last week before playoffs. This is the worst time to kind of have a hiccup game and maybe try to drop one. So, just keep your focus and fire on all cylinders and keep the execution at 100%.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with more of the White Birch Properties Realty Executive pregame show right after this.
Successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at White Birch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at White Birch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Welcome back to Steve Gergen Stadium here in Ottawa, Kansas. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. John Ross alongside Dylan Funk here, bringing you Chieftains football, regular season finale for these squads. Kind of take a look back. Before the break, we mentioned two teams coming in with very opposite records. Ottawa looking to pick up their second win on the season. They've been close in a couple of games, but they've kind of struggled the rest of the way. Their lone win on the season came all the way back in week 2. They squeaked out a 33-32 win over Baldwin. They opened the season dropping a pretty bad loss to Piper and to Spring Hill. 62-7 loss to Paola here at Grogan Stadium. They've just to be honest, they've just struggled throughout the year. It's not nothing really. It's hard to find really anything.
They're the teams you hate to play for, but they're the teams you love to play.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's a rough go for them this year. Obviously, again, trying to get out of the season and cut salvage things. Tonganoxie on the flip side, coming in with a 6-1 overall record. Their lone loss coming to Paola in week 3, and that was a game that really came down to the last possession. It was whoever had the ball last was going to have the best shot at winning. And unfortunately, the Chieftains had the ball last, but Gabe Bailey threw an interception on with like a minute left, and again, nothing against Gabe. It was great, great work from him that night. Yeah. It's just good coverage from Paola, and the pass was picked off. And
we also got to understand when we're talking with Paola and Tongi, they're 1-2 in the Frontier League, and if we're talking all of 4A, I believe they're both in the top 5 as well. They're up there with maybe Andover and Bishop Miege as always, but two great football teams here in the Frontier League, and it's got to be on both their minds. We could be having a rematch here come November.
Absolutely. You talked about the Kansas Class 4A high school rankings, and according to Max Preps, Paola Tongi are 1-2. There you go. Again, standing in front of Andover Central. Central coming with has a 5-1 record. Bishop Miege, their record does not reflect their schedule. Unfortunately, they've got they're coming in with a 2-3 record, but keep in mind they have played because of their where they're located in Kansas City, they have played a ton of 6A competition. Played a couple of squads from Missouri. They took on Rockhurst High School, the Hawklets, traditional power on the Missouri side, and
I'm not even going to open that can of worms on Miege and the 4A playoffs.
It's one of those things that it's going to be their record. Whoever comes up against them the first round, if they look at the record and not the history, it's going to be a rude awakening for them. Rounding out the top 5 is our first team from the western half of the state, McPherson. McPherson with a 6-1 record. Max Preps rating of 13.2 on a strength of schedule of minus 6.5. Out of those top 5, obviously Central and Andover have pretty strong strength of schedules. The big mover in that top 5 is our Tonganoxie Chieftains. Currently, obviously the game against Paola does not hurt, but the opponent against the game against Shawnee Mission East boosted the rating up to 7.1. Again, earlier this year it was below 0, which again, when you're playing the Frontier League, you take what you can get, and you still look strong. But to have a 7.1 rating on your strength of schedule is a good accomplishment.
Yeah. And not only did it boost their strength of schedule there, it had to boost their confidence as well. Because let's also remember, it was a 35-0 shutout against 6A. Shawnee Mission East, a 4A, shutting out a 6A. I don't care if they're the best 6A school or one of the worst 6A schools. A 4A shutting out a 6A, 35-0. That's a huge confidence booster for that team.
That is a stunning shocker result for everyone. Now, spreading statewide across all classes, Tonganoxie in the top 25. Paola's ranked 14th on the year, obviously with their 7-0 record. Tongi sliding in right behind them at 15th. Some notable names that the Chieftains and Panthers are ahead of. Derby.
Wow.
Derby.
Really?
Yeah, Derby is a Derby
impressive.
with a 3-2 record on the year. Quick glance, the third highest strength of schedule in the top 25. They're sitting at a 23.2, but they're only 3-2 on the year. Again, that's a big statement. Because again, as you look there, you look at some of the teams above them. The Lawrence, Andale, Wichita Northwest, Bishop Carroll, who came in and beat Miege soundly a couple weeks ago. St. Thomas Aquinas in Overland Park, Olathe North, Wichita Collegiate, a 3A school, but they are a fully private school. And let me tell you, growing up in Wichita, they hit the recruiting trail hard. They were monsters of the recruiting. Same with Bishop Carroll as a Catholic school. And just a couple spots behind Tongi is Cape and Mount Carmel. Another, Cape is a 5A school, but again, they are very well known for getting out there and hitting the recruiting trail hard. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and look at the stats and some matchups before this game. You're watching Chieftains Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
Welcome back to Grogan Stadium here in Ottawa, Kansas. Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance. Welcome back to the White Birch Properties pregame show. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house. Their team is ready to lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-915-0451. You can talk about the, come back to look at some of the stats. We reached out to Ottawa, didn't hear anything back from their coaching staff. Apologies. We're gonna focus on our bread and butter here at Tonganoxie. The big story for the offense is always number 3, Tyler Bowden. Coming into tonight's game, he needs 275 yards to hit the 2,000-yard mark.
Yep.
He's average 246 a game. So
that's incredible.
We're gonna kind of try and keep a little closer watch on that tonight. See when kind of let you know when he hits that double millennium mark. It's crazy to say that. You think in high school, a 1,500-yard season's pretty stout, and to think that he's had one less week in the regular season, and he's 275 yards away from $2,000 with a playoff run.
Yeah, and it'd be absolutely incredible because that'd make it 2 years in a row for the Chieftains where they had a running back reach over 2,000 yards rushing. Last year being Cooper Cunningham, this year being Tyler Bowden. Absolutely incredible.
And on the other side of the the receiving core of the offense, again, Dallas Bond, big big producer on the year, 9 touchdowns, 419 yards. Sam Clydesty, 246 yards with 3 grabs on the year, long catch of 28. He has also got a rushing touchdown to add to that. Heston Robbins with 118 yards, 9 catches on the year, a touchdown. And, again, Blake Poggi is not hurting for options to throw to.
Too many weapons we talk about all the time. It's such a great problem.
Yeah. And same thing with Poggi. He missed a couple weeks early in the season, but he's already over 1,000 yards passing for the season, averaging 200.2 per game. He's got 5 appearances on the year. Quarterback rating of 119.4. He's thrown 12 touchdowns and just given up 2 interceptions. Again, that's a solid number any way you look at it. Again, that's going to be interesting to see where those young men land next year for college, because again they've got to be getting solid college looks. We've heard some rumors about some things that may have happened, good things that may have happened for Tyler Bowden. We will not let you know on those because we want to make sure that they actually do happen before we throw the cat out of the bag there. But and defensively, again, the story there, Brandon Martin, 7 games on the year, 52 tackles solo, 57 assisted tackles, averaging 9 tackles per game, averaging 15.6 tackles per game with 9 tackles for loss on the year, total of 30 for the team. Tucker Isaacs also, chipping in 7.5 tackles for loss and 25 total tackles on the year. The Chieftains have 13.5 sacks. That's got to be, any offensive coordinator looking at the Chieftains film and stats, they've got to be nervous because you've got a defensive line that can stop the run, and then a secondary that can cover the receivers long enough to set up lots of sacks and pressures. Because that's one of the things we've seen a lot this year is the front 6 of the Chieftains getting back and putting pressure on the quarterback.
Absolutely.
Without having to bring in extra blitzers. So again, that'll be interesting to see how that kind of develops throughout the course of the night. And obviously the kicking game, Jackson McWilliams. It's been a busy young man this year. 42 kickoffs in 7 games. But when you're scoring 40 and 50 points a game, that'll do it to you. The freshman just shy of 1,500 yards in distance on the year, averaging 34 yards. Again, that's a solid number, particularly considering the strategic and the strategic focus of Coach Troyer and the Chieftains. Because a lot of times we'll see the Chieftains will chip the ball and get maybe 20 or 30 yards on the kick, give their coverage team time to get down and snuff out any returns. We saw it happen, to great effect the first couple of weeks where Baszler, Linwood, and the week 2 point is slipping my mind right now, but Lewisburg, it got to the point where they were, they realized they were going to get tackled and not in it. So instead of taking a risk on returning the ball, they were just calling for a fair catch. Yeah. And, again, it's great to have, 1, a kicker that can do that, but then 2, the confidence in your coverage team to be able to take care of that. Because, again, you never want to give a team free field position. And
no. But what that also shows, John, is the confidence in your defense, too. I mean, knowing if you're going to give the opposing offense, if you're setting them up at the 40-yard line or maybe even the 50 in some cases, but also just knowing when you're sending out that stout defense that the Chieftains have, saying, well, we're going to hold you anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. This whole team they perfect everything, offense, defense, and special teams, and that's what we talk about. What great football teams do the most is being, very near perfect on all 3 phases of the game, and Tonganoxie has definitely been doing that, and their record shows that.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break and come back with the starting lineups and national anthem potentially right after this. You're watching Chieftains football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Welcome back to Grogan Stadium here in Ottawa, Kansas. John Rochelle alongside Dylan Funk. Again, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, as you saw there on the commercial. It was kind of a little slow on the start, so we kind of are just a smidgen late for the national anthem. We're ready for some football, ready to bring you tonight's regular season finale for both teams. Starting lineups for the Chieftains, again, and we reached out to Ottawa, but did not hear anything back from their coaching staff by kickoff, so we're going to go with our bread and butter here. On the offensive line, right tackle number 70, Tucker Isaacs. Right guard number 79, Connor Bruch. Center number 62, Jared Lowe. Left guard number 71, sophomore Connor Cole. Junior left tackle number 78, Logan Blancart. Tight end for the Chieftains, number 84, senior Dallas Bond. Wide receiver for the Chieftains, number 7, Sam Clydesty. Playing the slot for the Chieftains, number 11, Bodie Strauss. Also a wide receiver for the Chieftains, number 24, Heston Robbins. Running back, talked about him a lot pregame, senior number 3, Tyler Bowden. And under center for the Chieftains, senior quarterback, number 5, Blake Poggi. And on the defensive side of the ball for the Chieftains, up front, the defensive tackles, number 79, Connor Bruch, and number 62, Jared Lowe. Defensive ends, number 84, Dallas Bond, and number 70, Tucker Isaacs. Linebackers, number 25, Andrew Colvert, number 46, Brandon Martin. Cornerbacks, number 16, James Eaton, and number 31, Mitch Geiger. Rounding out the secondary defensive back, number 24, Heston Robbins. Safeties are Jacob Maxwell and Sam Clydesty. And we are almost set for kickoff here in Ottawa, Kansas. It's a brisk 40, we'll call it 40 degrees for optimism's sake.
Optimism's sake, that's exactly.
You gotta think positive when it's cold and windy. So
yeah. It may be 40, but I can tell you that wind chill's probably taking close to 8 to 10 degrees off. But
yeah, we'll try and find the actual stats for you. But like I said, just keep telling ourselves it's warmer than it actually is. Yeah. So,
and you alluded to it earlier, though. You only get this kind of weather when it comes playoff time.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
You love to play in this weather.
Yep.
You want to play in this weather.
Number 7, Sam Clydesty.
I'm curious to see, John, because we saw Sam Clydesty last week had about 3 great returns already. I'm wondering if tonight he might make a house call.
I'm hoping. Again, that's.
And here we go.
Reese Fogel set to kick it off. Clydesty backpedals field from 7.
Clydesty on the return from the 6-yard line.
You said
John.
Oh, man.
It's always that 40, 45-yard line that trips him up every time.
It's Big return there from Clyde. He's taking it on at 6 and bringing it all the way out. Tonganoxie's going to get the ball spotted on their 44-yard line.
First and 10 for the Chieftains from their own 44-yard line.
Two receivers either side. Poche drops back to pass, looking deep. Pocket kind of collapses around him, but he scrambles, throws the ball away.
Mike Poche's pass incomplete.
Yeah, kind of very surprising first play for me, John, because we've seen it in almost every game. They always start the game off kind of giving the ball to Tyler Bowden and letting him go to work. Must have seen a matchup during this week's of studying the film downfield. Maybe they like the matchup. If I were them, though, I'd be letting the bread and butter work. Let the offensive line dominate and let Tyler Bowden run wild.
Bowden sitting in the backfield, a couple yards off of hip of Blake Poche, and there you go. Handoff goes to Bowden.
Bowden gets the carry.
He squirts through for
Across midfield.
7 yards.
Ball spotted on the Cyclone 48.
Called 8 yards there, and folks can hear the wind kind of whipping in our mics and the crowd mic both. 2X set for the Chieftains. Hand off to Bowden. He's going to cruise through, and he's going to trot in for a touchdown. 58 seconds into the game, and Chieftains are on the board.
Remember that bet we made in the parking lot? I said he's going to score within the first 58 seconds. Yeah, you owe me lunch now.
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna chalk 57 yards up on the Bowden counter tonight.
Great chunk getting out of there for the 2,000 mark.
McWilliams.
Automatic.
Yep.
An extra point by Jackson McWilliams is good. Your score with 11:02 to play in the first quarter. Tonganoxie 7.
And we're going to say with that time, we will take a quick break here. You're watching Chieftains football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
The black numbers on.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Grogan Field. Ottawa, or in Ottawa, Kansas. My lips are kind of chattering there. Okay, so yeah, it may not be 40 degrees. Chieftains on the board early, taking a 7-0 lead over Ottawa. Just 58 seconds ticked off the clock.
McWilliams will kick off.
That's exactly how they drew that opening drive up on the bus ride over here. Absolutely, just perfect.
Averaging just under 1 yard per second there. And McWilliams gets a chance to send it deep, and
Cyclones on the return from the 13-yard line. Take it out across.
Cyclones bring it out to the 38-yard
On the return, number
line.
Richards for Ottawa. First and 10 Cyclones from their own 39.
We're gonna probably have to keep our crowd mic rolled down because it sounds like we got a DJ in the press box.
Thanks, YouTube.
2-act set for the Cyclones. They drop back to pass. Pass complete, quick to
Goal's pass is complete. Richards on the reception.
Jose Richards. Again, we've got a roster, but not 100% sure on that. Jacob Maxwell with the tackle. Three receivers split right for the Cyclones. I can see calls for the ball. Fake follows the blocker, but he's going to get chased out of bounds for no gain as Brandon Martin and Devin Spleichel kind of on, or
Spleichel.
Giving chase there in the backfield. A little fake handoff there, and
a great job by defensive end Dallas Bond too, not biting on the bait there and getting a great pursuit angle, forcing the quarterback to a short run.
Yep. Getting three receivers right side. This time they're stepping back, definitely going pass. Almost broken up by Poggi, and Spleichel there again on the tackle. Cyclones able to pick up a first down on the play.
First and 10 for the Cyclones from the Chieftains' 47-yard line.
First and 10 from the 47. I think we don't have the scoreboard camera showing down in distance because it's still third down on the scoreboard. Two-back set, three-back set for the Cyclones. They hand it off to the fullback, and he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Picks up 2 yards.
Single ball carrier for the Cyclones.
So yeah, we talk about for this Tonganoxie defense, not only are they, very strict on allowing the passing yards this season, but running on them is almost virtually impossible, again, with that front six led by, Jared Lowe down there in the middle. You got Dallas Bond, Tucker Isaacs that come off the end, and up there at the linebacker position, we talked about a big hammer, Brandon Martin coming to hit you at the line of scrimmage. Absolutely just brutal.
Shotgun set for the Cyclones. High snap. A little quick screen toss from McCullough, and he's wrapped up by Brandon Martin and Tamar Brown.
Yeah, great open field tackle there by Tamar Brown, wrapping him up at the legs just like they taught you back in the day, John.
Yep. 45-yard line. Third down, 8 to go for the Cyclones. Motion right side for the Cyclones. Toss, and it's going to be
Winning the ball carrier for the Cyclones.
pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So 42-yard line. Excuse me.
Fourth down for the Cyclones.
4th and 5. Cyclones.
Just great assignment awareness there by the Chieftain defense, seeing the motion in the backfield and knowing from this past week of studying that, hey, they're probably going to run the strong toss out there to the right side. Again, just great job there. Everybody rallying to the defensive left side of the field, shutting that play down.
With the set to play for the Cyclones.
Cyclones going to kick it away.
The Chieftains don't have a man back either.
Smart play there as that's going to sail out of bounds at the 15.
12-yard line. Chieftains take over first and 10.
Respotted at the 12-yard line for the Chieftains, and again, that's one of those things that the Cyclones were kind of late in making their switches on the on that punt. So again, the Chieftains wanted to kind of stick in it, and after that first drive, you've got to be confident in the ability to generate yards against this Cyclones defense. When the first one averaged a yard a second, literally 57 yards in 58 seconds. That was and 2 receivers either side for Poggi. Biden in the right hip pocket. Quick screen pass. Flipped out to Strauss. Strauss is going to go for a first down.
Strauss on the reception.
Strauss is going to pick up 20 yards on that catch.
Creech and Quillen on the tackle for the Cyclones. Gain on the play to the 34-yard line. First down.
Great work there by the Chieftains. Showing the run. This is kind of give Poggi a chance to kind of air out a little bit, and
that's a great advantage and great caveat that comes with a great run game is that you force the defense to respect it.
Yep.
Which obviously opens up the playbook to many play actions or screen passes. That one tipped?
Yeah, batted down the backfield by number 55 for Ottawa.
Pass down to the Cyclones. Brings up third down. Second down.
Yeah, second down. Yeah.
Cole Callahan or Calvin Wilson Jr., one of the two. Again, the roster we have from Max Prep shows several duplicate numbers, which with a small roster like this is tough. Handoff to Bowden. He's going to come through the middle, pick up.
Take it down near the 41-yard line.
That's 6 yards on that. He races through the middle.
Gain of 7 on the play. Brings up second down and 3. Third down and 3.
Three receivers split out to the right side for Poggi. Bowden in the left hip pocket.
And if it start down 3, I'd say it's Bowden time.
Yep, and there we go.
Belt the ball carrier.
Tyler Bowden bounces out to the 50.
Take it out of midfield. Gain of 9 yards on the play. The Chieftain first down.
So 6 and 9 is 15. 73 yards. Handoff to Bowden. He's going to break through another. We're going to add another 6 points on that. Another 50 yards.
Touchdown, Chieftains.
Touchdown, Chieftains.
So, yeah, before we're even halfway done through this first quarter, Tyler Bowden already having 2 scores. And I wish we could try to figure out how many rushing yards he has now already. Getting every yard he runs, it gets closer and closer to getting that 2,000 mark on the season.
Legacy to hold. Williams to kick.
Classic calls for the snap. Puts it down. McWilliams up and
And the kick is
through.
6:25 to play. First quarter, your score. Tonganoxie 14, Ottawa 0.
Tonganoxie takes a 14-0 lead with 6:25 to go in the first half. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. You're watching Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance, local, independent, serving you.
If it's to the point where they got a big enough lead and we're in the second half.
Tyler Bowden comes into tonight's game needing 275 yards for a 2,000-yard season. He is already just shy of halfway there after 2 drives. 65 yards rushing on that second drive, 57 yards on the first drive. Total of 122. Yeah, that's a...
He might break this thing before second quarter.
Hey. McWilliams sends it deep. That's a live ball.
Live ball. Get on it.
What the heck?
That's some Atlanta Falcons special teams head coaching there. Oh, my goodness. What a gift.
Wow.
What a gift. I'm speechless, John. I've never seen that before.
You don't want to. Chieftains take over with the ball on the 7-yard line. Yeah, I'm trying to understand what the Cyclones returner was thinking there, but I just can't. Little play action. Poggi looking to the end zone. Dallas Bond. Touchdown, Chieftains!
Yeah. What a gift. That's my analysis. What a gift. That was crazy.
6 seconds between I wonder. I wonder if KSHSAA keeps a record book about the shortest time between touchdowns. I know that there were a couple of games that I played in high school where we had, we had a.
Come on, young man, we need you here.
Hustle,
there
hustle.
you go.
I say, everyone was nobody was expecting that play. Nobody, just like the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, quick turnaround. Little history lesson with Mr. Roshkoff.
Between history lesson, Monty Python, it's anyway, it's 21-0 in here in Ottawa, Kansas. 6:19 left in the first quarter. Again, getting back to my story is there are a few games. I know there was one game that I played in high school where we forced a fumble on a kickoff, ran it back for a touchdown. So I guess that would kind of qualify because he certainly was not. The guy certainly was not in possession of the ball for 6 seconds.
No, not at all.
But again, to have something without a fumble, I want to know what that record is because 6 seconds is really, really impressive.
It's got to be up there with probably one of the quickest turnarounds, bang bang scores for sure.
It's amazing. And Cyclones returners stepping up. Looks like we've got somebody else back deep for the Cyclones.
McWilliams will kick off the Chieftains. Local deep to return for the Cyclones.
So I got to be thinking somebody's got to be telling that kick returner, kind of like a moment from the blind side, when she calls the coach, just to run the dang ball. There's got to be somebody telling you got to catch the dang ball or something. You can't just let it fall.
Yeah, how.
I'm sure he's learned his mistake. Well, at least I hope he has. We'll see.
And McWilliams puts that one on the 10-yard line, and I think that was what the guy was expecting the last time. Well,
he could say now that that's what he was trying to expect, but
that's because when the ball stops like that and checks up, you've just got to be on it. That's just what you got to. That's what's got to happen. So, Chieftains will
Cyclones will take over first and 10 from their own 35.
look to stop the Cyclones from the 35-yard line.
Ottawa being very late on their substitutions on both sides of the ball. All right, let's play.
3-back set for the Cyclones. Motion to the right side. Goes with play action on the pitch.
Ooh.
Flag thrown there at the end as Mitch Geiger breaks up the pass. Going to be whistled for pass interference.
I don't know, John. You got the magnification goggles over there. Did you see pass interference? That looked pretty like good defense to me.
I just said that was one of those bang bang plays that I'm not going to make that call from 60 yards away when the referee was 6 yards away, but yeah. 3-back set for the Cyclones. Handoff up the middle, and he's wrapped up for no gain. Runs smack into the middle of the Chieftains defense.
Already getting chippy. Some pushing and shoving there in the middle of that rugby scrum, as you like to call it sometimes, John.
Not surprising to see some of that because again we have with the 7 second or 6 second turnaround between touchdowns. That's going to get tempers flared on both sides of the ball. Obviously the Chieftains are excited about that. Ottawa's a little bit upset with themselves, and
that's why you just got to try to have a short memory of football. Yep. On to the next play.
Yep. 3-back shotgun set for the Cyclones. Handoff, and Dallas Bond makes it through and wraps him up for a 4-yard loss. Dallas Bond holding on for dear life on that one. He had his hand wrapped around the waist and just kind of swung his legs around, like a rodeo cowboy trying to take down a Steer? I got lots of analogies here.
Now, when I was playing high school ball, they just teach us gator roll. Just wrap them at the legs, just kind of start rolling. They'll fall down with you.
3 receivers right side for the Cyclones. Kola steps back, and his pass is low.
Brings up 4th down.
Boy, that wind chill is just something.
Yeah. And to set the stage for our viewers, we're sitting at the very top of the stands. There's a chain link fence behind us, and we have a 10 by 10 easy up kind of half cocked behind us. Point angle to the right side, and it's going to looks like it went out of bounds around the 32. We'll see where the officials spot it.
That seems a pretty generous spot.
That's, I was going to say, that's a...
Man, even the other officials and the teams were lining up, and they said, "What? We're back there." All right.
Yeah, that's...
Now we're okay.
Hey.
Hey.
You know, again, he's right there, standing in front of us. He's on the line in front, seeing exactly where it crossed that plane. We're kind of across the stadium and high, so... Two receivers right for Poggi. Drops back to pass. Oof, almost intercepted there.
Chieftains pass attempt. Incomplete.
Pass intended for Dallas Bond.
2nd down 10.
Tips and falls to the ground harmlessly.
Yeah, we've already seen a couple of tip passes already from the Cyclones at their defensive front. Kind of probably something they really practice this upcoming, this past week of practice. Just kind of whenever the pass rusher's up, just try to get your hands up, get a hand on it, and hey, you never know what will happen.
Yep. Hand off to Bowden, and he's going to bounce off the initial contact.
That's about as rare as a Bigfoot sighting right there.
About
stuffed.
Yeah, it bounces off the original contact, manages 2 yards on that, but
2-yard gain to the 37-yard line. 3rd down and 8.
brings up 3rd down and 8 for the Chieftains. Tonganoxie looking to the sideline for the play call from offensive coordinator Preston Troyer. 2 receivers either side. Hip pocket left side for Bowden. Poggi airs it out. Tipped, but Strauss comes back to grab it.
Pass complete across the 40-yard line.
Pass not as clean as Poggi would have liked, but you got brushed at the line of scrimmage. But Strauss able to adjust his run and kind of check up for a big gain for the Chieftains.
Just great job there by Strauss too. Getting his head turned around first before the defender, making his adjustments, coming back to the ball. Chieftains now working.
1st and 10 from the 36. Hand off to Bowden. Bowden's going to scamper forward for 5 yards on that.
85 on the play. Ball on the 32-yard line. 2nd down.
I'll tell you something. Probably the Tonganoxie staff is keeping it in the back of their minds because Ottawa, we've said it before already, they're already kind of making their late substitutions, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little tempo here later, maybe trying to cut that off.
Yep. Poggi steps out to pass, has a couple of receivers either side, and throws a incomplete.
3rd down.
I think they might have been some miscommunication between Poggi and
Yeah.
Clydesty as Clydesty checked his run and came across the middle, and Poggi's pass went almost like he's on a post route.
Those little kind of miscommunication errors, these are the perfect games to kind of clean them up before we start getting to the playoffs.
Hand off to Bowden. He's got acres of room around the outside. Cuts back. He's going to roll forward for just shy of 5 yards. looking at the spot.
Wow, really?
I said they're going to.
Can we
Yeah,
measure?
yep, they're going to call timeout for
Good.
measurement.
Good.
Again, the
Timeout for measurement.
where they were standing. Again, I was trying to figure it out with the. With the down marker on the far side, but again, the guy moved up and then backing up, and we'll see how we come up on this.
Yeah, 'cause it looked like, he kind of broke the tackle, and it looked like he was going down, but he just kind of corked his body just a little bit.
Oh my!
And I thought he got it.
No, he is literally. Yeah, you see, he's 2 links of chain from a first down.
Well, you got an Ottawa defense here that would have a hard time stopping a clock. So, I mean, just line up and let's go for it.
Yep.
No question in my mind.
Yeah, you never want to jump into 4-down territory too early, but
and still lining up in the shotgun, too.
And he's going to break it through for the first down. And a little bit more. Touchdown, Chieftains.
Fine, you don't want to give it to me on that 3rd down run? Fine, I'll do you one better. I'll get it on 4th down.
Needs 2 links of chain, takes 26 yards.
He can break his runs in, early downs, late downs. It doesn't matter. Tyler Bowden, he can do it all. Right after this kick, we need to get our calculations straight here. See, John, we're
160. Well, yeah, we are. Let McWilliams put the kick through.
That was good.
And the kick is good.
Tyler Bowden. I don't know where the heck did I get Williams from? I don't know. Yeah, McWilliams. That's it. Yeah. So Tyler Bowden. the Bowden counter tonight is at 161. So 114 yards. Go for 2,000 on the year. Chieftains up 28-0 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Says we can change our scoreboard to where it says first quarter.
For the Chieftains, McWilliams will kick off. The return of the Cyclones, number 6, Reese Fogel.
Reese Fogel back deep for the Cyclones. McWilliams waits for the ball from the official. A squibbing kick there, picked up on the 10 by Fogel.
Fogel take it down around the 42 of the Cyclones, 1st and 10.
James Eaton with the tackle there. Again, that return, one of the longer ones that the Chieftains have given up this season. Slightly uncharacteristic, but again, I don't know that McWilliams, again, looked like he was adjusting a little bit with the wind and maybe mishit it just a smidgen because, they instead of going end over end like you expect the ball to, it was kind of spinning on the north-south axis. And Cyclones the shotgun with 3 backs set, 2 receivers either side. Handoff, and he's going to get wrapped up well behind the line of scrimmage by Dallas Bond on the backside pursuit there.
Yeah, the Cardinals sin all the time when you got an opposing offense that runs outside zone plays like that. If you're a defensive end, it's getting sealed off. But it was a great job there by Dallas Bond and company, not getting sealed off on that edge, making it congested, picking up a pretty big loss here.
A 6-yard loss there on the play for the Cyclones. Drops them back to the 37-yard line. High snap collected but handed off, and Dallas Bond doing work again, tripping up the ball carrier as he squirts through. Picks up 5 yards. Third and 11. 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Three receivers split out right side for Ottawa. One back.
I'd like to see an interception here.
How about the?
That'll do, though.
Yeah, nice work there by Brandon Martin. Again, the quarterback hurry there, thrown. He kind of dumped off, and Brandon Martin still able to pick up the tackle for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a designed screen play or if that was just a busted play gone bad and throwing it to his escape route. But nevertheless, great rally there by the Chieftains, forcing yet another punt.
And we're going to head to the end of the first quarter. Chieftains leading 28-0. We'll be right back in Ottawa after these commercial messages.
In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
With the First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Grogan Stadium. Sam Classy back deep for the Chieftains. He's going to let that ball roll. And rolls into the end zone for a touchback.
I'll tell you, that was almost a picture-perfect punt, too.
Yeah,
trying to pin them in inside the 1-inch yard line, maybe.
Yeah, Classy was sitting there watching it, and it's one of those things that in soccer you at least have the ability as a defender to kind of look like you're playing the ball and kind of shield it and shepherd it out. No such luck in football there. So Classy just has to kind of watch and hope as he kind of sees that ball. Is it going to break the plane? And fortunately for the Chieftains, it does. Some late motion from the Chieftains, trying to throw off the Ottawa defense, and two receivers split near side for Tonganoxie. Hand off to Bowden, and he's going to go for a jog.
Bowden on the carry. Take it down to the
Looked to be wrapped up there after a 5-yard gain, turns it into 13.
It's almost just become natural to me. Whenever I see him running the ball, I just assume, hey, that first or second guy, he's just going to break through the tackle.
You see that first hit, and you're like, okay, what's going to happen next? And then, screen pass there.
Cody's pass complete.
James Eaton able to get around the coverage on the outside and
Reception for the Chieftains.
pick up good 20 yards on that run. Takes it across midfield.
There's a little bit of a shoelace tackle there, too. I think if he didn't, he could have maybe gotten another 10-15 on it.
First and 10 for the Chieftains from their 49-yard line. Sorry, from the Ottawa 49-yard line. Boji drops back, looks deep, and finds his man. Again, finds Eaton, and Eaton's going to take that one down to the 10-yard line. Carries his defender 4 yards after the contact.
Yeah, Poggi on that throw, he maybe might have liked to put it a little more out front, let Eden run out, get it, pick up more yards after that, a little bit on the back shoulder. But, again, great job, great adjustment there by Eden as well. Again, turning around, seeing where the ball is, making his adjustments, coming back and picking it up. Huge play there.
39-yard completion there for the Chieftains. Short adjustment. Chieftains have trips left side for Poggi. Hand off to Bowden, and he's going to stutter step his way through for 6 yards on that.
Second and 5 for the Chieftains from the 6-yard line.
Kirsten going to spot him for 5 yards. Again, 3 receivers left side. Poggi looks back to pass, and intercepted in the end zone there. As I think, I was going to say, we talked about Poggi coming into tonight's game with just 2 interceptions on the year. That one.
Yeah, just trying to force that ball on, just a little too much cross traffic. What we say now? Third? Was that his third or second?
Third.
Third.
Just his third interception on the year. Again, not a bad deal.
Not at all.
It's had a couple of receivers slightly, kind of open, but again, a lot of cross traffic rolling through there, and the pass just thrown right between the 2 Tonganoxie receivers, and easy picks for Ottawa. And 3 backs in the backfield for the Cyclones as they start from their 20-yard line. Hands off up the middle, and Clevenger's wrapped up by the middle of that Ottawa front 4.
So yeah, if I'm Ottawa's offense, I got to be thinking, hey, we just got a rare gift and a Tonganoxie offensive turnover here. We got to try to cash in and get some points on this.
It's like originally called for no gain, spotted for a loss of 1. And Cyclones with the 3-back set. Play action, and Mitch Geiger and Tamar Brown on the coverage there. Geiger makes the initial contact. Brown completes the tackle out of bounds. Cyclones managed to pick up 6 yards on that. Third and 5 for Ottawa from the 25-yard line. Compact set for Ottawa as the receiver outright motions back in and comes set, and they're going to take a timeout as they
took just a little too much time off the play clock there.
Yeah.
I thought.
Thaddeus Faircloth and his junior Cyclone football team who just concluded their fabulous season this past week. We look forward to seeing these young men on the field in the future.
I guess if we're talking about congratulations, and we got a little break here, John. For those in the Tonganoxie community who may not be aware of by now, Coach Al Troyer being awarded one of the Kansas City Chiefs high school football coaches of the week over on the Kansas side. So congratulations, Coach. It's a big honor there. I believe that's the second time now he's won it. I know he won it maybe 2-3 years ago and went in it again this year. Well deserved.
Absolutely, and read the story from the Chiefs, and again, we've talked to Coach Troyer a number of times throughout the year, and he is probably the most unassuming man that you'll ever meet, and he again really attributed that award to the hard work that the team has put in on the year. Second now for Ottawa. Motion out of the backfield and play action fake, and Brandon Martin back in the backfield and going to drag down McCullough for a 10-yard at least loss. Or the spot, yep.
Yeah, once you get into Brandon Martin's grasp, John, you ain't getting out.
Cole tried to worm his way out, but Martin had wrapped up and grabbed hold and.
So great job by the defense there, having a little quick turnaround with the Chieftain turnover, the interception by Poggi.
Forcing the Cyclones to punt the ball away from the punt. The kick will happen from about the 5-yard line. Calliope standing right at midfield, waiting anxiously, and he's going to get a chance on this one. Takes it on the 45. He would pick it up after a slight bobble, but able to pick up 12 yards on that return. Chieftains slow to get up there.
Is that Geiger?
Looks to be Tamar Brown.
Tamar Brown.
Shaking up a little bit on the play, just kind of.
Yeah, he was just kind of in that fortunate spot, being there at the bottom of the pile, just kind of having everybody dog pile on top of you. I've been there, done that. It's no fun.
And it hurts anytime, but even more so in this cold weather.
Oh, don't even get me started.
It's one of those things that the muscles get tighter, and you do all you can to warm up before the game and stay warm. Again, looking over the far sideline and see the Chieftains a lot tighter in their huddle than they normally are.
It's kind of like a herd of penguins when you look at them. They're kind of shuffling down the sideline all in a group.
Yep. That's a fitting metaphor with the white uniforms, and all we need is black spats on the shoes. But again, Brown able to get up, shake it off, walk off under his own power.
I think when they get over to the sideline, they're going to take a closer look at that shoulder.
Yeah, his
left shoulder.
Yeah, he's kind of certainly favoring that left shoulder a bit.
All right, back to
Chieftains
football.
With 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Bowden just 96 yards shy of 2,000. 2 yards behind, and picks up the handoff from Poggi. Picks up we'll call it 6 yards on that play after the spot. Second and 4 from the 36. Chieftains lead 28-0 with 7.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Poggi rolls to his right and intercepted. Yes, Poggi trying to find Calliope, and the Cyclones defender just read the pass all the way and jumped in front for second interception of the night for Poggi.
Well, we're definitely in rare territory here because we have rarely ever seen the Chieftains this season. I don't think we have seen them. Turnovers on having two turnovers in a game.
Yeah.
But especially on back-to-back drives. Those are kind of the mental error, mental mistakes that we were kind of talking about pregame that Coach Troyer and his staff were preaching to the team. Say, hey, guys, let's try to keep it. We know we're playing maybe a lesser team, but let's try to keep it sharp out there. Back-to-back drives, 2 interceptions by Poggi, just trying to do a little too much.
3 receivers right side for the Cyclones.
Pass incomplete.
Pass to the far side over both Dallas Bond on the coverage there, and Richards was a target for Ottawa. And trips right for the Cyclones. Handoff up the middle and wrapped up at Dallas Bond shoots through the gap there, and
that play just simply Chieftain defensive front running a little bit of a stunt, shooting into the gaps, and Dallas Bond there just using his speed that he has. And we've seen him coming off the edge, but that time shooting the inside gap and meeting the running back right there up the middle for a loss.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 12. Two receivers either side. High snap handled by the Chieftain. Right. Oh, and almost picked up there by Martin. Passed to Clevenger just a little bit in front of the receiver, and Martin was locked on for the tackle. Missing kind of a golden opportunity there. Brings up 4th down and
4th down, total punt for the Cyclones.
Good job there again by the Chieftain defense, having back-to-back defensive drive now, having kind of the quick turnarounds, but forcing punts on both. Excellent preparation.
High spiraling punt there for Ottawa. Is going to hit out of bounds at the 28. See what the penalty marker in the backfield is for. White hat comes to your sides, signals holding on Tonganoxie.
Holding penalty against the Chieftains.
Chieftains take over penalties will be marked. Let me try that again. After the penalty is marked off, Chieftains will have 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line.
And I think here on this drive, John, after the back-to-back interceptions, probably going a little more back to the Tyler Bowden show, kind of getting that run game, getting up and going again, keep this offense from going stale.
Yep. And just as you predicted, there's Bowden, and he's going to squirt through the left side. He's around. He's got one backer beat. Pushed out of over midfield at the 42-yard line, 43-yard line.
The Cyclones. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains.
Right on the 40-yard line, so
40-yard line.
.44-yard run there from Bowden. Trips right for the Chieftains. Quick pass for
Strauss on the reception.
Bodie Strauss. Is he able to get his hand under the ball and collect it as he's hitting the ground? Whew. Guys, you can hear in the microphones, wind is whipping through here. Jackson Stevens in the backfield. 2 receivers either side for the Chieftains. Poggi steps back, throws deep.
Got a man.
Chieftains pass incomplete.
Pass intended for James Eaton. Broken up, 3rd and 5 for the Chieftains.
Yeah, kind of making those throws where you really got to put the ball in perfect position out of the defender's line is already hard enough, but when you're kind of throwing it kind of into the wind there on that play too, just adding a little more challenge to that. Almost got it complete though, so that just shows kind of the arm talent that Poggi does possess.
Yep. Handoff to Jackson Stevens, and he picks up a couple of yards with forward progress, brings up 4th down. 4th and 4. Actually, 4th and 3.
Let's just put the ball in the hands of your best playmaker and let him make it happen for you.
Clydesty in the backfield, lead blocker for Bowden, and Bowden's going to bounce off the first contact and get that first down.
Across the 30-yard line.
Wrapped up at the 25.
We saw that same formation a lot last week against Shawnee Mission East too, John, where they put Clydesty and Bowden in the backfield. One would get the ball, and the other one would do a great job getting out there on the edge, doing a great job of blocking too. We're seeing the success there on that play.
Yeah, Clydesty definitely, in this set more of a fullback role. Hands off again to Bowden, and he's going to find a hole there and carry 2 defenders for 10 yards, and a flag comes flying in at the end of the run there.
And from the frustration of the Ottawa sideline, I'm going to assume
sounds like a
might be
holding.
coming on them.
Sounds like a holding call.
Yeah, face mask.
Face mask, yep.
They'll always take the free yardage, that's for sure.
First and goal for the Chieftains from the 7.
First and goal from the 7-yard line for the Chieftains. 2-back set. Eaton split out right side. Handoff to Bowden. He's going to pick up another 5 yards or so on that. Yep, looks like.
Cyclone tackle made at the 2-yard line. Second and goal from the 2.
Eaton, the lone receiver, split out for the Chieftains. As Brandon Martin is making a cameo appearance. Touchdown, Chieftains!
Just more and more the same old, especially here in this first half.
68 yards rushing for Bowden on that drive. 253 on the night already. We're 3 minutes, 40 seconds to halftime. McWilliams set to tack on the extra point. Kick is up and good as the wind dies down nicely for McWilliams.
So how many more does he need now after that drive?
Oh,
Don't fall over, partner.
yeah, yes, I did. Trying to find the stool here. It's quick math. 22 yards. Three and a half minutes left here in the first half. Tonganoxie on top, 35-0. Again, very likely that we will see the running clock for the duration of the second half.
Vogel was deep for return for the Cyclones.
I think if it's 35-0, then is that the requirement for?
I remember that's what it was last week. So it's been a while since I've looked at that. But I mean, regardless, the Chieftains kind of running away with this one early. McWilliams sends it deep to Fogel. Ball again bounces out of bounds. The wind kind of picked up a little bit for McWilliams there. Is like it, just on the point after attempt, the wind that's been kind of whipping a good 10, 15 miles an hour across the field. Just like it died on that extra point attempt, it kind of picked up right as McWilliams was getting ready to make that kick there and kind of pushed that kick out of bounds on the right side. Cyclones will take over on the 35-yard line after the penalty. Two receivers either side for the Cyclones. One back in the backfield in shotgun formation. McCullough calls. And
Pull on the keeper for the Cyclones.
looking for the option, and Brown and Geiger
Also 31 Mitch Geiger.
wrap him up for a yard loss on the play.
Yeah, great job of those two putting it into that play early.
Again, McCullough had the option to pitch, but that would have, with the coverage from Geiger and Brown, I would have turned the 1 yard loss into a 6 or 7 yard loss. So smart for McCullough to keep the ball there. Two receivers top of the formation. One man in the slot for the Cyclones. McCullough drops back to pass, and
McCullough's pass complete.
pass is complete for
At the 38-yard line.
a gain of 4 yards. Brings up third down and 7 for the Cyclones. Looks like a couple of the Chieftains were asking the official if the ball was trapped, and you guys have to be careful on that request because McCullough dumps it off to his running back, and great pursuit there from Tamar Brown as his shoulder doesn't look to be any of the worse for wear as he laid down the tackle there.
Yeah, the shoulder looked fine and dandy and great on that play.
First man on the spot, and he
Timeout, Chieftains.
stops it, gets joined by Brandon Martin for the tackle. Timeout Chieftains, their first one of the game. Minute 47 left in the second quarter.
So what do we look like we got on field? Is it 4th and 2, give or take? Fourth and
fourth and
two.
scoreboard says 4th and 1. The pylon on the far side, line to gain looks to be at the 45. So,
well, I would think
a very long one or a very short two.
I would think of Ottawa, yeah, they definitely are going to go for this. If you're a defense, though, you just got to watch the hard count. Do not, don't commit a silly mental error.
Three receivers, left side, man comes in motion, and great work by the Chieftains to resist the hard count and burst through by Brandon Martin there. Turnover on downs. Chieftains will take over on the 42-yard line.
Yeah, B-Mar is out for blood tonight. He has been breaking through that offensive line multiple times already in this game and stuffing runs and plays for losses. He has been such a great addition for this defense, transferring over from Piper at the beginning of the year, just making that much of a great defense that much more lethal.
Two receivers either side. Bowden in the hip pocket. Boji steps back to pass. Has a man deep. Touchdown, Chieftains! Oh. Poggi finds Eaton there.
Was anybody hurting that wreck?
Just my pride as the rosters go flying off the deck in the wind. But, again, great pass there by Poggi to kind of shake off the interceptions he's thrown and find James Eaton for a 42-yard completion. Extra point is through the uprights, and
on that throw, Blake Poggi said, "What wind?" I don't know what you're talking about. Wind.
Yeah, absolutely. And Eaton kind of left his defender in the dust, and Poggi says, "Thank you very much, gentlemen. We will take that." And Eaton trots into the end zone. 42-0 lead for the Chieftains. Minute 36 left in the half. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
And we're back at Steve Grogan Stadium here in Ottawa, Kansas. Tonganoxie Chieftains leading the Ottawa Cyclones 42-0 with a minute 36 left in the second quarter. McWilliams back to kick. Vogel deep for the Cyclones. Wind picking up a little bit, and that time the kick was definitely a shorter kick there, angled, not doesn't take the checkout bounce that McWilliams was hoping for. Cyclones will start with the ball on their 35-yard line again. Of course, I think aside from the first drive, they've not managed to cross midfield. And Brandon Martin's going to be there to wrap him up. And
I always remember back in playing high school ball, these were the type of games that kind of the offensive defensive stars, the Tyler Bowdens and the Brandon Martins, this team, they call these games, they were real stat patters. Mm-hmm. A great chance. Back in our day, it was Bishop Ward when we played Ward and put a whooping on them. This is just a great game. Kind of pad up your stats, kind of getting more and more colleges to try and look at you.
Three receivers left side for McCullough. High snap. Fakes the handoff and it's going to run. Tucker Isaac's able to chase him down for a short gain. McCullough able to pick up 5 on that play. Call it 4.5, but the spot sitting right between the 39 and 40-yard line, right on the near side hash mark. Three backs for the Cyclones, just one receiver top of the formation. McCullough calls for a snap, hands it off, and the tailback stopped. The little,
I think, the
scrum there, and again, waiting. I'm not sure they're just all huddling together because of the warmth, trying to ride out that break, but we're going to take it to halftime. Chieftains leading 42-0. You're watching Chieftains football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Wizard of Paws, located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. Your physical therapist will work with you to help you understand your body so you will achieve long-term health benefits. To learn more, call Physical Therapy Solutions at 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at Whitebirch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at Whitebirch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
Welcome back to Steve Grogan Stadium here in Ottawa, Kansas. The Ottawa High School dance team, again, 40 degrees out here, and we've been talking about how cold it is all night, and I'm going to go with my biggest props of the evening. It goes to these student athletes right here.
Yeah, bravo, absolutely.
Again, we've at least got multiple layers on and all that, and I'm sure that they do under those the uniforms, but those tights and the sequin tops do not have a lot of bulk, and those young women have got to be, freezing.
Well, we saw them before halftime, and they were just kind of down in the over here in the east corner of the end zone, just kind of huddle up in a circle, trying to get warm, get ready, and dancing the Thriller too. I want to bust out and move up here now, John. I'm ready. Here we go.
Again, we saw them as they're waiting to take the field there. Saw them kind of jumping around. The football players on both sides have at least the opportunity to kind of run back and forth. They got all the pads and all that good stuff. And again, great work by these young ladies here.
Anyways, football.
Tonight's halftime show is presented by Community National Bank. Community National Bank is community-minded and community-strong. Small-town bank with big-time capabilities. For a full range of banking services, visit Community National at 231 North Main Street or online at communitynationalbank.net. Tyler Bowden comes into tonight's game with 1,725 yards, needing just 275 yards to hit the 2,000-yard mark. He was the better part of that through the first quarter. Is currently sitting at 253 yards. 3 touchdowns so far tonight, and again, just an outstanding game from that young man. Chieftains have been able to mix it up a little bit better on the offense now. We've seen a lot more passing plays from the Chieftains than I think we might have expected. The first couple plays of the game, they came out and were letting Poggi throw the ball, and it's paid off for them as, James Eaton has a touchdown. They picked up a big turnover on downs and took just one play to get back off the field as they, Poggi found Eaton straight down the middle and
and that was a great touchdown pass for Blake Poggi's, giving him a little bit of confidence with him coming into halftime, because as we were kind of talking about earlier in that first half, back-to-back drives of interceptions, which is absolutely something we haven't seen from this Chieftain offense, specifically Blake Poggi turning the ball over like that. So that last touchdown, long touchdown pass to James Eaton over the middle of the field, great confidence booster there. Coming into the second half, though, I probably expect, we're like you said earlier, too, and I'm kind of happy, we're going to get the running clock on so you and I can get in our cars, get in the heat, start to warm up. But we talk about Tyler Bowden. He's 22 yards, right, from breaking 2,000. So, yeah, that first offensive possession, I probably give the starters on both sides of the ball, offensive, defense, I probably give them one more and then say, all right, that's enough. Let's get our stars out. Let's get these young guys in. Again, we talk about that, how great this varsity experience for these young guys that don't play a lot, how that can be great for them as we start to head into next year. But definitely don't want to have a booby mile situation, leaving a star out there get hurt in a meaningless game as we got the playoffs coming next Friday.
Yep. Speaking of playoffs, again, we are going to be bringing you next week's playoff opener from Beatty Field in Tonganoxie. We're happy to be back in the friendly confines, back on our home turf. Again, we'll be bringing you that and the entire playoff run for the Chieftains. Again, 7 o'clock kickoff. We're definitely excited. We're kind of waiting to see who we are matched up against as the brackets set up East versus West through the.
It could very well be Ottawa again, though.
It
could be.
It very well could be. Again, that'd be kind of nice way to start the playoffs. 16 teams from each side of the state, and so we got we'll see how that shapes up.
Yeah. They should be starting to get finalized probably by over this weekend for sure.
Yeah, again, unfortunately we're kind of a little slow on our network loading down here. We're trying to get that playoff bracket set up for you, see if we can get some more information. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with more of the halftime show right after this.
Located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
So, what is love?
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. That's why they are continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. Registration is now open for 5th and 6th grade basketball, as well as their 4th through 6th grade volleyball clinics. These programs are great for any skill level. For more information or to get registered, go to tongirec.org or call the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission at 913-845-3502.
Community-minded, community-strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small-town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back at the game. Learn more at sandsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Who? Welcome back to Steve Grogan Field here at Ottawa, Kansas. Chieftains leading the Cyclones 42-0 at the half. And trying to get some scores from around the league. Kind of out here, it's again not a press box, no Wi-Fi. We're kind of reliant on the blessings of my AT&T iPhone. AT&T handling it pretty well. Eudora and Spring Hill are at the half. Eudora leads 16-7. Lewisburg and Paola. Lewisburg at Paola, 8:52 left in the second quarter. Paola is up 14-0 over Lewisburg. No score yet reported from Osawatomie and Baldwin. Piper playing an out-of-conference. No, they're playing in conference. Bonner Springs, 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Piper leads 15-0, and Basel Linwood welcoming Pittsburgh to town, and they are up 13-0 at the half. Obviously, our game, they scored 35-0. Other scores of interest around the area. Bishop Miege and Shawnee Mission Northwest are tied 13-13 with 8:08 left in the second quarter.
Come on, Shawnee Mission.
Let me rolling through the Preps KC scoreboard here, and Shawnee Mission South up 12-0 on Lincoln College Prep with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Game kind of closer to home. The Leavenworth and Atchison in an absolute defensive barn burner, 7-9 at the half. Lawrence up 21-0 over Lawrence Free State with 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
That's a great football squad they got over there at Lawrence High, the Chesty Lions.
Yes, that is a guess what? And the Blue Valley, again, they're kind of they're interesting. Everything is interesting in the season of COVID. As obviously we're playing in a limited attendance stadium, and Blue Valley North and basically the entire Blue Valley School District was shut down as far as sports go for the first couple of weeks. They were not playing sports, and then the school district came back and said, well, okay, you know what, you guys, it's fine, you can play. They kind of relaxed some of that stuff, but at that point, everything, the schedules had already been finalized, so Blue Valley School District basically playing a round robin amongst themselves. Blue Valley North and Blue Valley Southwest taking on each other for the second time this season. Same with the Northwest and West. Again, this season has been definitely an interesting one. We're happy to be able to bring every match to you, whether home or away. But again, it's foreign seeing these stadiums almost empty. Because again, with this game, the regular season finale, you kind of would expect a few more traveling fans from Tonganoxie with the Chieftains getting ready to go into playoffs, but
that's why we're here, though.
Exactly, that's why we're here. Happy to bring that to you.
What's going to be the strangest, though, John, is that when we do go to next week and we start getting to the playoffs and we really start to see those high-key matchups happen in half-empty stadium, half full, however you want to look at it. I'm not going to get into your perspective on
limited.
Limited. There you go. We'll call it limited capacity stadiums. That's really where it's going to start to kick in, and the players feel it too, because there's a different atmosphere of just a regular Friday night atmosphere and a playoff Friday night atmosphere. And this year, it's probably just going to feel a little bit bland.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a quick break as we got a minute left in the half, and then their 3-minute warm-up period. We'll be right back after this.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Community minded, community strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
Welcome back to Steve Grogan Stadium. As we mentioned, there's a minute more on the clock, but 3 minutes of runoff in real time. Again, at the high school level, 15-minute halftime break, and then teams are given 3 minutes to warm up after the fact. Both teams are back on the field. Tonganoxie came running out just a few seconds ago. Ottawa was out of the locker room right as we were going to break. Chieftains ready to extend their lead here in the second half. In the running clock likely to be in effect for the entirety of the second half as Tonganoxie has a 42-point lead. And frankly, Ottawa is just unfortunately not challenged. They had a couple of drives, took them across the midfield, but they've not been able to get it advance out further than the 40. Definitely no threat. Haven't put a threat on the Chieftain defense.
Yeah, we're seeing right in front of us, John, why these teams are kind of on the opposite ends as far as the Frontier League standings and 4A standings, however you want to put it. For Ottawa, it's the mental errors for me that I've really seen, and none other was bigger than that one. We talked about that bang touchdown. McWilliams, he kicks it off, and they just the Ottawa returner, I guess. We could say he thought it was going to go out of bounds, but not calling a fair catch, not hopping on it, nothing, giving the Chieftains a gift, giving them the ball again at the 5-yard line, and they punched it in on the next play. So, we've seen the struggles of the Cyclones mentally and just kind of play-wise too, coaching-wise, player-wise. But the Chieftains, however, while as much as we like to talk them up, they are a great team, but they have had their fair share of mistakes. Tonight, too. The thing I've really liked, though, is that I've talked about it throughout the season, they've kind of been one to be really sloppy on the penalty side of the ball. Well, tonight they've done a great job. Not a lot of penalties. Had a couple have a crooked number in the turnover margin, which is, again, very rare. Something they definitely are looking to clean up as we start to head into the playoffs next week. But right now, just go out there for the starters and whoever. You probably got to drive, maybe two. Let's finish this thing off, and let's start getting ready for next week.
Yeah, you talk about penalties. There were, only one penalty in the run of play for the Chieftains, a holding on an Ottawa punt, backed the Chieftains up. But again, Chieftains answered with a touchdown drive. So again, not a big, really didn't.
Not a game breaker.
Not at all. And the other two penalties have come. Well, three penalties have come on kickoffs out of bounds by Jackson McWilliams. As again, the wind is whipping. I'm gonna say north to south direction wise. Kind of turn around here in Ottawa, especially with the dark east west on the field at least, and.
And no matter what direction this wind is coming from, it's cold.
It is cold.
That's something I do know.
Check the Weather Channel app at halftime, and 40 degrees is the official temperature. And
I'm calling BS on that one.
No. You see, no. The temperature is 40 degrees. The wind chill is 31.
That sounds more like it.
And Jackson Zazadi on to kick for the Chieftains, and it's like the same results as his kick heads out of bounds. Cyclones will take over on the 35-yard line again. We talked about penalties and kickoffs. Again, that one was less the wind and more just a little bit too much oomph behind that. And
yeah, I guess they must have seen in this past week of film and study that whoever the returner is for Ottawa must be really great because they're scared to kick it deep.
3 backs and handoff up the middle and wrapped up finally for a 1-yard gain there. Chieftains able to get a little bit of penetration, but Ottawa manages to grind out a yard there. Again, 3-back set for the Cyclones. 1 receiver either side. High snap, handoff, fake. And Cola is wrapped up. Forward progress is going to give him a yard on the play. 3rd and 8. Again, Chieftains doing well to stay home on the run play there, not bite on the early fake. 3 receivers right, 2 left, empty backfield for the Cyclones. Cola drops back and is flushed out by Brandon Martin. Forced out of bounds on the near side by Wyatt Harris.
Yeah, definitely 4-down territory here for Ottawa, in my book at least. You got to try to do something. Wow, this one is picked up.
Referee stepping to the sideline with thought for a second there that it's like, the referee has a red flag, but no, looks like a piece of an Ottawa player's jersey or Under Armour is torn off. High snap, McCullough steps back and through the fingers of the receiver. Jacob Maxwell there on coverage. The pass was starting a little bit too tall for the catch. Again, would have had 1st down yardage with an on-the-mark pass, but Chieftains will take over. 3 receivers right side for Poggi. The pistol set, Bowden 2 yards of his hip pocket, handoff to Bowden. And Bowden's going to skate through the line.
And the run for 2,000
pick up 11 yards.
Closer and closer.
Cuts out half of what he needs there. Three receivers left side this time for Poggi. Again, handoff to Bowden, and he's going to skate through the line. Breaks the tackle.
There it is.
Dodges man. He's got with step on in there. Touchdown, Chieftains! Tyler Bowden with a stiff arm to hold off the tackler, pick up the touchdown for the 2,000-yard mark on the season.
Too bad they can't give him some fashion points on that, too. What a way to break the over 2,000 mark on the season. Excellent season by Tyler Bowden. Well done.
Breaks a tackle and big stiff arm. McWilliams on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. Chieftains lead 49-0 here in the 3rd quarter. You're watching Chieftains football on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We'll take this break. We'll be back right after this.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Midwest Chiropractic offers a friendly and caring environment with the most comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Haug at Midwest Chiropractic Center care about your health, and their approach to care proves it. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
Tyler Bowden with the there pushes him to 297 yards on the night. 2,027 yards.
17 Daniel Zasadi will pick up the Chieftains.
Correction, 2,023 yards on the 2,000 plus yards. We'll get it there. Zasadi's chip fielded by the Cyclones and flubbed there as the Cyclones start the ball on their 25-yard line as the kick was muffed and immediately fell on by the Cyclones. And now the running clock is officially underway as we three-back set for the Cyclones, one receiver far side. Handoff up the middle. Into the heart of the Chieftains defense, picks up 3 yards. The Cyclones, again, showing a different three-back set there than we've seen most of the night. The three backs were, we've seen them with the trying out of the shotgun formation and, kind of realizing late in the game that gives a little bit too much time for the Chieftain defense to create penetration.
Yeah, they need to try to find something in that play because so far nothing has worked to great success.
Mitch Geiger on the stop there as he wraps up McCullough on the cutback. Little quarterback draw play. McCullough able to pick up a couple of yards, brings up 3rd and 5. Again, returning to the three-back set for the Cyclones, and McCullough able to find a gap, find his receiver. Wooden able to pick up the first down. It's the third of the game for the Cyclones coming here in the third quarter.
And one of the bigger offensive plays we've seen from too.
Dallas Bond able to make the tackle just shy of midfield. Hand off to the fullback, and Pyle drives forward just shy of the 50-yard line. Nose of the ball just grazing the 50. Second and 8 for the Cyclones. Three-back set out of the shotgun, and
here they come. There you go.
That's exactly why that's what we've seen all night with the shotgun back set, and Brandon Martin able to get through and chase down McCullough for a big loss there. Brings up 3rd and 15 for the Cyclones. Three-back set short. McCullough under center. Play action pass there, covered well by Tonganoxie's Bodie Strauss. Pass a little bit high, broken up. Brings up 4th and 15. Cyclones look to punt it away. Chieftains again without anybody deep. Ball takes a big Ottawa bounce and rolls 10 yards to the 10-yard line.
Just shy of the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 Chieftains.
Again, great punt there from Ottawa. Again, something that the Chieftains have not really had a lot of opportunity to see in their opponents this year. So again, kind of probably a smart move there from Coach Troyer, just stay up for the potential fake, but kind of give that, especially with the offense that has been churning all night. And
looks like Gabe Bailey's now in the game, taking the reins for this offense.
Yeah, Gabe Bailey, Jackson Stevens both check in for the Chieftains.
Smart move.
First and 10 from the 10-yard line. Bailey calls for it. Snap a little bit high. Handoff to Stevens. I'm going to stutter step forward, pick up about 5 yards on that carry.
We talked about last time we saw the junior quarterback, Gabe Bailey, and a quarterback. We saw him at that Paola game back in week, what was that, John?
Week 3,
4,
yeah.
3, 4, yeah. So it was way early in the season. And, again, he actually started that second game at home against Lewisburg and kind of struggled a little bit there. But, again, that was his first varsity start as a junior. Saw him come back in that Paola game, absolutely played terrific, went blow for blow until the final drive. Of course, like we talk about.
Handoff to Stevens. Comes up the middle, able to pick up 2 yards before he is wrapped up by the Cyclones. He tried to do a spin move there, but Cyclones able to hold on. Two receivers far side of the set for Bailey. Handoff to Stevens, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield, but able to drag the tacklers forward for a couple of yards. Brings up 4th and 2 from the 19-yard line.
Smart play here on the 4th and short. You don't want to do anything, stupid and give Ottawa a great field position here and get in the score. They're not going to do too much for the outcome of the game if that did happen, but you just never want to give any freebies.
A solid punt there by Bailey, and it's going to
get on it!
Ball. And again, special teams. Special teams coach for Ottawa. Going to be having some words with his squad as again that's the cardinal sin as a punt returner. If you're not gonna catch the ball, you get away from the ball because
you're calling Peter to the return team and saying, everybody just get away. But when the returner bounces off the returner,
when it bounced off the returner's shin, and he was kind of going towards it, and I was like, Cyclones start with the ball on their 46-yard line. 1st and 10 minute left here in the third quarter. Again, running clock in effect for the rest of tonight's game. Handoff up the middle, and Cyclones pick up 2.5 yards, we'll call it. 2 yards. The person with the down mark on the far side keeps throwing me off as he steps on the other side of the spot. Because the down marker on the far side of the field is designed to be set where the line of scrimmage is, and Otto's going to be forced to run one more play here in the third quarter. 10 seconds on the play clock, 20 on the game clock. 3-back set.
Nice little run there by the Cyclones.
Handoff to Creech, and he's able to scoot around the left side for the fourth first down of the night for the Cyclones.
4's up.
4's up. We're headed to the fourth quarter. You're watching Chieftains football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Located in charming downtown Tonganoxie, offers personalized pet grooming with an attention to detail. At Wizard of Paws, your pet becomes family and will be in a clean, stress-free, relaxing environment. With appointments throughout the day, Wizard of Paws gives your pet a one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Call Wizard of Paws at 913-416-0255 or bring your pet in for a free estimate at 612 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawsgrooming.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Welcome back to Steve Grogan Stadium here in Ottawa, Kansas. Chieftains and Ottawa head to the fourth quarter with the Cyclones stringing together a decent drive. Picked up a couple first downs.
It's better late than never, right, John?
McCullough drops back to pass. Finds his man far side for a gain of 4 yards. Richards wrapped up by Christopher Van Ann for the Chieftains. 3-back set again for Ottawa. Out of the shotgun. One receiver either side for McCullough. McCullough drops back, looks deep, and throws. Overthrown. Trevor McGraw, freshman cornerback, making an appearance tonight, doing a great job on the defense there. Again, pass was overthrown, but McGraw had his hands up in the receiver's face, kind of making sure that it was not going to be an easy catch if it was on target.
And what a great feeling that's got to be for the young freshman, too. It's absolutely amazing when you can get in and play at the varsity level, but when you can also make a play like that, too, absolutely just fantastic.
Handoff to Wooten, Zion Wooten, sophomore running back for Ottawa.
And I think Ottawa's going to shoot themselves in the foot here as they're going to get an, unfortunately, conduct penalty after the play was over. The offensive lineman just going a little too long on that block there. Or is it against Tongi? I stand corrected. It's against
Tongi, yeah. That's
huh. Because from what I saw, it was after the whistle was blown and the Ottawa lineman was still blocking downfield. And then once he let up, the official finally threw the flag. So I don't know if something was said from the Tongi player or not. But
Not sure. Again, one of the things at the high school level, the white hat is not mic'd up. So, again, we're just kind of have to read the sign language. And great stop there by the Chieftains defense as the front four. And that one's going to be going the other way.
Yeah, definitely.
As number 16 comes flying in after the play is over to, again, things were done, settled, everybody was calm, and Cyclones player comes flying in off the back corner, and
what? I'm sorry, but where was that on us?
That's one of those things that I know that it's a bit of an expenditure, but
and we're right here next to the press box where the Chieftains coaches are, and they're being told, hey, you guys got to calm down because they're irate, and quite frankly, so am I. I don't know where that was on us.
I have no idea what happened there. Tonganoxie takes a timeout. Again, not at all sure what happened there. Because again, you see number 16 comes flying in out of the frame, and that's when the flag flew.
And I think it was also 22 of Ottawa came into the mix already and shoved one of our guys from the back.
Again, not sure what happened there, but again, there's 8 minutes 25 seconds left here in the game. Just we need to kind of button it up, get it out of here, and three receivers right side as Ottawa is first and 10 from the 11-yard line. The far side looks like one of the Chieftains coaching staff trying to get an explanation of what exactly happened on that last penalty and trying to see if that's Preston or
I think that's Big T, I think. Al Troyer.
May have to ask him in the post-game show what happened there, or maybe we just leave that sleeping dog lie.
He'll say it's in-house, so I'll just advise you to leave that one alone.
Yeah, no, it's just you and I both looking at that, watching that play, saw nothing.
Yeah. You and I get paid to broadcast while the Zebras get paid to be Zebras, so. That's my final thought on it.
Short pass for the Cyclones. Two receivers either side of the set for McCullough. Snap comes in a little high. McCullough able to step up, find a hole, and there's going to be a flag. This one thrown in the backfield. Might be a holding. It is indeed a holding. Saw the back judge coming in and kind of pointing the direction of Ottawa.
So finally now on this drive, we get a penalty. Okay, now I'm done. I'm done.
Now, again, it's one of those things that it's a fair question because, again, normally when those personal foul, they happen, you can see something happen. And the only thing that was showing up on that play was Cyclones player flying in after the fact. And
anywho.
Pass complete to Creech, and he is wrapped up and brought to ground by Zakiah Glover. Freshman out there keeping the coverage tight.
Making the most of his moment, John.
Build up the highlight reel early. A little bit of confusion on the Ottawa side of the ball as three receivers check now to the left side of the formation.
Cyclone pass is complete.
Derek Duffin in coverage there. Getting a hand in to break up that pass.
And another penalty.
Take that one as will step the Cyclones back another.
So if you're the Cyclones, you've gone from, goal to go from at least probably the 5, inside the 10 for sure. And now we're here, you got 3rd and a county to go. For a goal, just kind of absolutely, again, those little mental errors and mental mistakes. Definitely not trying to help themselves out right now.
And no, I mean, the crazy thing is they can actually, the yard to gain marker is on the 1 yard line. So, McCullough's pass. Again, great coverage there by the Chieftains to cut out all of McCullough's options and force him to kind of throw the ball away there. Ottawa takes a timeout with 4 minutes, 32 seconds left in the game.
It looks like there's a good chance this shutout will stay a shutout. Maybe. We have a play to go.
See what happens. Again, as we were setting up, we were watching the Cyclones kickers kind of going through the motion during their warm-ups, and they've got the leg, but again, that was also 2.5 hours and 10 degrees.
The wind has definitely picked up since then too, and it's coming across the field too, so it'd be pretty difficult to try to nail a field goal.
It's 2.5 hours and 10 degrees of warmth ago. And when you've been and you've not kicked the ball in that kicking motion since the opening kick, because Tonganoxie received the second half kickoff.
Right.
So again, you've not kicked that since. Okay, yes, I am definitely calling shenanigans on the Weather Channel app. It says it is still 40 degrees.
Now, when I called shenanigans, you said no.
I know, yeah. So McCullough,
pick that. Oh. I can't quite see the number. Did you see who that was?
I'm trying to see the crowd. I was. It's like number 10, Trevor McGraw, again, freshman, almost again going for the great coverage here a couple plays ago to the near pick in the end zone.
He came close. He almost had his first varsity interception right off the tip of his fingers.
3 receivers left side of the set for Gabe Bailey. Hands off to Stevens. Breaks tackle, breaks second tackle. Flag down in the secondary. Stevens breaks through the crowd. Shoved out of bounds at the 31-yard line, coincidentally where the penalty marker is. Holding on the Chieftains.
tell you, this running back group that the Chieftains had, led by Tyler Bowden, but you also got, Stevens and Andrew Culver when he gets chances back there. Bunch of just hard-nosed runners, definitely not going down off first contact. Just a great group of guys they got here.
In the nine-yard gain, wiped out by the penalty there. Chieftains first and 10 on the 21-yard line. Bailey steps back to pass and throws an interception.
Oh, no.
And Bailey's definitely going to want that one back as he just kind of, threw the passage was short and again not. I don't know if you didn't get enough of a step into that, but again that one was right to the Cyclones defender. He's able to pick up a quick 21-yard scamper for 6. Cyclones take a timeout with 1 minute, 37 seconds left in the game.
It's like they're trying to ice their own kicker.
Like literally at this point. Again, wind chill is definitely below freezing.
I miss summer. The summer weather.
I'd settle for fall at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
At least it's not raining. That was originally on the forecast for Friday night. Again the long range forecasts when we were looking at this game at the beginning of the week had decent chances of rain with this cold weather, and
well, thank goodness Mother Nature had some mercy on us tonight.
Extra point is up and good. So Ottawa able to pick up a consolation touchdown here with 1:37 to go.
Like you and I were kind of like doing a jig up here, just trying to stay warm here. We're
Yeah,
so close. A minute 37 more, partner, and we're out of here.
Yes, and again, that's I was kind of surprised to see the time out there, but again, definitely want to give your kicker enough time to kind of get settled, and again, even if the results on the scoreboard on the season is not what they're looking for, definitely an opportunity to kind of build on for next season. Is Reese Fogel, the kicker for the Cyclones, is only a junior, 6'1", 174, and he's he will definitely be a force next year. And solid punter, and we'll get to see his kickoff leg as Sam Clydesty and Tyler Bowden back at the 10-yard line.
I'm honestly surprised they have Tyler Bowden back on the field this late in the game.
Well, I mean, it's special teams again. You don't want to.
Yeah, but
you don't want to throw out. You don't want to make. It's one of those things that you don't make too many changes on those units because again, those guys don't. The younger kids don't necessarily get a chance to kind of undergo that kind of live fire, whereas
right. Yeah. A nice little squib out of bounds. We'll take it.
Yeah, as I said, and that was. I think that we talked about the Chieftains kind of being wary of the Ottawa returner. That one was definitely a case of Ottawa being equally wary of the two deep men for Tonganoxie.
Yeah, because we saw within the past couple of weeks what Sam Clydesty can do. We've seen he's already been been a missed tackle or two away from breaking and making house calls within the past couple of weeks. And what Tyler Bowden can do, well, they've had a front row seat to see what he can do tonight.
Yeah. And that kick was not necessarily squibbed out of bounds so much as drilled out of bounds, as Chieftains will take over on the 35-yard line. And victory formation for the Chieftains as Bailey lets the play clock tick down to as close as they can get. "16 seconds on the play clock, a minute on the game clock. And Chieftains will have to snap the ball one more time, and we will be out here on the buses home with a 49-7 win.
And on the way to the playoffs.
And bring up fourth down, but obviously the Chieftains with 40 seconds on the play clock don't have to run a play. We will watch the clock tick down and wait to talk to head coach Alex Royer in the SNS Body Shop post-game show. It's interesting, again, we have to keep it the
Appreciate your attendance at tonight's game. Remind you to use your masks and social distance as you leave.
and as the clock winds down, we will take a quick break and be back for the post-game show right after this.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back at the game. Learn more at S&SAutoandBody.com or call 913-369-3193.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
To be successful on the field or the court, you need a quality team. To be successful in the real estate game, you need the team at White Birch Properties Realty Executives in Tonganoxie. Amanda, Brianna, and Joanna make up this team of like-minded individuals with the goal of making the home buying and selling process enjoyable and stress-free. The team at White Birch Properties is in it to win it. Stop by and put together your game plan at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007.
Welcome back to Ottawa, Kansas, Steve Grogan Stadium here on the campus of Ottawa High School. Chieftains run out 49-7 winners over Ottawa tonight. Again, the lone blemish on the night for the Chieftains is a late interception thrown by Gabe Bailey, kind of in mop-up duty. It's again just a little underthrown, little misread, and the Cyclone defender able to pick it off and run it back for the touchdown. Chieftains finished the regular season at 7-1. And await our playoff announcements. Again, the bracket will be announced by KSHSAA later this or beginning of next week, so we will know who we are playing. We do know that we are going to be at home back at Beatty Field in the warmth of the press box there. Thank goodness.
And I'm going to assume probably Paola won tonight, so they're probably going to lock up the 1 seed, at least for the eastern part of the bracket. Tongi should be getting in there at 2 for the 2nd seed. Should.
See if we can find that information while we wait for head coach Al Troyer.
I think you just went straight to the locker room. Go get warm, count it down.
Not gonna begrudge him that, as again we are up here. Take a quick look at the player of the game for tonight. Again, I wanted to give it to somebody else because I feel bad giving it to Tyler Bowden, but I just can't. Tyler Bowden, again, broke the 2,000-yard barrier, 2,000-yard mark on the season with a 33-yard touchdown run in the third quarter. And, again, that young man has just been an offensive juggernaut for the Chieftains all year, and again, it's going to be exciting to see how he is able to continue that work during the playoffs.
Yeah. This team it's going to be very exciting this year to watch them try to make a deep postseason run this year, especially now this year they got Tyler Bowden in the backfield, really making that offense more potent, and having that big play factor. There for him this year. It's going to be really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope, maybe we can be putting together a broadcast when it comes close to Thanksgiving, but we'll see.
Absolutely. We will take a quick break and see if we can get Coach Troyer up here for the postgame interview. We will come back with scores around the league right after this break. You're watching the SNS Body postgame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Minded, community strong. That's what you get with Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. A small town feel with the best banking services, including great options on loans, checking and saving accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. At Community National Bank, people don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. To learn more, check us out on Facebook at Community National Bank KS or visit communitynationalbank.net. Go Chieftains!
First State Bank and Trust mobile app, you can bank from anywhere. Check your balance while you're waiting in line here, or transfer funds while you're here. Forget to pay that bill? Pay it from here. Don't cut your visit short to go to the bank. Make your deposit from here. And remember, you're always welcome to bank right here. Did you know First State Bank and Trust has donated over $112,000 to Tonganoxie schools? Every time you swipe your Tonganoxie Chieftain debit card, we donate. For more information, visit us at firststateks.com. Member FDIC.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Midwest Chiropractic offers a friendly and caring environment with the most comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Haug at Midwest Chiropractic Center care about your health, and their approach to care proves it. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Let's go. Welcome back to Steve Grogan Stadium. John Roshko alongside Dylan Funk, bringing you the S&S Body Postgame Show. Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by S&S Body Shop. Since 1972, S&S Body Shop has been the place to go in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. Again, we were trying to get Coach Al Troyer up here for the postgame interview, but as we kind of gave the general reminder to the two members of the coaching staff that are in the press box, they looked back at us and kind of laughed. So again, we're definitely not gonna talk to Coach Troyer tonight. We will catch up with him during the week for pregame show for next week. Do a quick run around the scores of interest for playoff action. Again, obviously, you just watched the 49-7 win by Tonganoxie. Paola is leading Lewisburg 35-0 in the fourth quarter. Piper hanging a 53-7 win on Bonner Springs at the moment. It's cold. Pardon me. It's hard to talk when your teeth are chattering. And the final score of real interest to folks is Bishop Miege taking on Shawnee Mission Northwest. With 10 minutes, 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Bishop Miege is trailing 27-16. Again, we're kind of as we get ready for the playoffs, again, kind of jockeying for seeding. Paola obviously coming in, top-ranked Max Prep team in Class 4A. Tongi number 2, Bishop Miege maybe taking that third spot, and again, we'll wait to see how the bracket shakes out when it's announced this week. We'll kind of keep you apprised and let you know. Again, it would be one of those things that it would really be awesome if we could, kind of keep on the opposite side of the bracket of Miege this year. Again, their power. But as you said a couple minutes ago, Dylan, their record could be reflective of where they're at this year, but you don't want to take a chance.
Yeah, I made that mistake last year because Tongi again. We're going into the playoffs. They're 1 seed. They're undefeated. I think they faced Baldwin in the first round. They squashed them. Then they faced Spring Hill in the second round. They squashed them, just like they did everybody else. But then in that third round, they faced Miege, who again last year weren't struggling as much as they were this year, but still weren't the typical Bishop Miege Stags that they were used to being. And I thought, well, maybe this is an off season. I think we can catch them, and they squashed us, which is kind of again that unfortunate kind of loophole that's in there with Keisha. Miege running around playing the bigger 5A, 6A schools, having that strong strength of schedule, and then when it comes to playoff time, they come down here to the 4A and go off, and I don't even know, this will be like their 6th, maybe 7th in a row if they win the state title again this year. So I do think, though, however, between Paola and Tonganoxie, it's either us or it's going to be Paola that's going to knock Miege out of this tournament this year. I do believe that. It's just a matter of fact of who's going to face who first.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, folks, thanks for sticking around in the warmth of wherever you're watching us from. This is John Roshko for Dylan Funk, and on behalf of ourselves and the Harris Media Services crew, Tonganoxie Sports Live, thank you for joining us. Good night. We'll see you in a week.
And stay warm.
Stay warm indeed.
You've been watching Tonganoxie High School Athletics on your new home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by Brothers Market, Community National Bank, Midwest Chiropractic Center, S&S Auto Body, The White Birch Agency Realty Executives, Physical Therapy Solutions, First State Bank and Trust, the Tonganoxie Recreation Commission, and Wizard of Paws. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.